You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
All right, welcome everybody. Wrigley Field, Bob Walters here. Mets and Cubs, bottom of the second inning, joining today's games in progress. Lot to catch up on because a lot has happened. 4-3, the Cubs have the lead at the bottom of the second inning. Both Senga and both pitches have not really had a good day, a good couple innings so far. Bottom of the second, 7 runs already in, 4 of them for the Cubs, 3 for the Mets. And the Cubs get a base runner as Senga walks Dansby Swanson, the number 9 hitter for the Cubs. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. I'm Bob Walters. This is Locked Up Sports coverage of New York Mets baseball. Like we said, a lot to catch up on. The Cubs had a 3-run home run by Ballesteros in the bottom of the first inning. That gave them the 4-0 lead. Mets came back with 3 of their own. A couple extra base hits. Some good base running, and they played in 3 runs. It's 4-3. Now, as we play in the bottom of the second inning here at Wrigley Field, 0-1 the pitch to Horner. Senga on the mound. Mets trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. And this one's hitting the air deep left field. Forget it. Long gone into the seats in left field. A 2-run home run. And the Cubs lead 6-3. Nick Horner, who's been red hot, hits one into the seats. And no good for Senga again today. 392 feet off the bat of Horner, and it is 6-3 Cubs. And now the Mets are going to have to get the bullpen going. Man, that was a no doubt about it shot. Fastball on the inner half, and Horner just turned on it and hit it a long, long way. And it's 6-3 Cubs here in the second inning. So Senga struggles continue. You thought maybe he'd come out here. This looks like it could be one of those Wrigley Field games, 11-8 or something like that. But that man, right off the bat, he has been no good. They've been hitting the ball hard. 2 home runs for the Cubs already. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Senga just threw a spinner up there on the inner half, and Horner turned on it and hit it a long way into the seats in left field. And it's 6-3 Cubs. A ball and a strike now to Bush, and he swings and fouls it off at the plate. 1-2. Mets trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. This is not how you do it. There's nothing going on in the Mets bullpen right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see it very soon. 6 runs in just an inning and a third for Senga. This is much like the last start he had at home, where they teed off on him then. It was like batting practice he was throwing. Swing and a miss, and he gets his first strikeout. Senga does, and there's 2 out. 6-3 is the score, bottom of the second inning. Mets, like we said, trying to stop an 8-game losing streak. They've scored now 15 runs in the 12-plus games. The offense has struggled, but now the pitching is starting to struggle right along with it, and that's a recipe for disaster. Especially with Senga. This is now 3 of his 4 starts have been bad starts. Fastball in the dirt, 1-0. Alex Bregman at the plate for the Cubs. Bregman 1-for-1 singled back in that first inning. 253, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs on the season. 2 out, nobody on. Senga comes to the plate. 58-foot pitch bounces into Alvarez, and it's 2-0. You can't wait too long to get this bullpen going because you can't let this game get out of hand. Now, luckily, the Mets got 3 runs in the top of the inning to at least keep it close. The pitch, ball 3 down in the dirt, 3-0. You could tell already Senga doesn't have it today. He's not going to get it back. I don't know what you're really waiting for. This isn't a game you can really afford to lose. He's 3-0 on Bregman, the 3-hitter. Here's the pitch. Swinging 3-0, and he swings and misses. 3-1. So they teed off Bregman. I'm surprised they had him swinging there. I guess he has a green light. on 3-0. Saw a pitch he liked and took a hack at it. 3-1. Senga's pitch. Swing, bounce, foul outside of third. 96 on the outer half. Good pitch right there. Now it's full count to Alex Bregman. Before today, the pitching was keeping them in the games. The offense is what was losing it for the Mets, but today it's the opposite. Senga came into today with a 7.07 ERA. It's not getting any smaller. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Strike three on the outside corner. He gets Bregman looking, and that retires the side. But the Cubs get two more on a 2-run home run. They lead 6-3. We head to the third inning. Mets and Cubs on Locked Up Sports.
Mets baseball, Locked Up Sports.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
This is Locked Up Sports. Mets, Yankees, Knicks, Giants, Jets. The takes are bold, the city never sleeps, and neither do we. Locked Up Sports, New York sports talk the way it's meant to sound.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation is 100% committed to supporting groundbreaking cancer research. 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments. 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer. Learn more at V.org.
It's Tom McDonough, and you're listening to Locked Up Sports.
Top of the third inning, we go. Mets and Cubs 6-3. Cubs with the lead. Another bad start for Kodai Senga for the Mets. Came in with a 7-something ERA. He's going to leave. He's going to leave with a higher ERA, regardless really of what happens the rest of the way. But the Cubs have teed off on him so far. 2 home runs for the Cubs. A 3-run home run by Ballesteros in the first inning. And then a 2-run home run by Horner in the second inning. It's 6-3. And Bo Bichette stands in for the Mets, and he swings and misses at strike one. 0-1. Cabrera struggled himself in that second inning for the Mets, giving up a couple hits, couple doubles for the Mets as they plated 3 runs. 40 pitches already for Cabrera as he works here in the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and fouled at the plate by Bichette. And it's 0-2. Bichette, one of the Mets who has struggled so far this season, 228. He's picked it up a little bit lately. Only 1 home run, 9 RBIs. A ball and 2 strikes. Bichette 0 for 1. Hitting second. They mixed around the lineup today, the Mets did. Fastball misses outside. You got Bench hitting leadoff. Bichette hitting second. Then Lindor in the 3-hole. Robert Jr., Alvarez hitting 5th. MJ Melendez 6th. Simeon, Beatty, and Taylor are the bottom 3. Here's the 2-2 in the dirt, 58-footer. And that'll fill the count to Bo Bichette. Mets come in last place in the East. 8 games straight they have lost. Really couldn't have had a worse time to have a road trip like this. They just got swept by. You got swept by the A's, then swept. Here's the pitch, and it's a line drive, and it's a base hit down the right field line. But for Bichette, he takes a big turn off first, but he'll hold there, and the Mets have a leadoff single. Bo Bichette. So Cabrera having almost as much trouble as Senga has had, and that's good news for the Mets. But the Mets, as I was saying, the Mets are swept by the A's at home, then swept by the Dodgers. They lost 2 out of 3 before the A's series to Arizona. Just been a nightmare start for this team. And now the pressure's starting to build on the manager and the owner and everybody like that. And the general manager. Pitch bounce to first, throw to second. They get the lead runner back to first. Double play. 3-6-3 on the double play. Lindor bounces into it. And now there's nobody on and 2 out. Lindor up there, first pitch swinging, bounced it right to Bush, who had an easy throw to second. Back to Bush, who got back on the base. And a double play, scored 3-6-3. And Bichette, the leadoff hit, is erased. That's been kind of the Mets' luck right there. Here's Robert Jr. standing in 0 for 1 on the day. Cabrera's pitch, swinging, it's hit in the air, in the infield, left side, third baseman Bregman waits, squeezes it, and the Mets are done in the 3rd inning. A hit, a double play, nobody left. Middle of the 3rd, Cubs 6, Mets 3. Mets baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Baseball Locked Up Sports.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers,
students,
designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon. Find your place in space. Space for all.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Back at Wrigley Field, bottom of the 3rd, 6-3. Cubs with the lead, 6 runs, 4 hits for the Cubs, 3 runs, 3 hits for the Mets. Kodai Senga really struggling again. Mets get a leadoff base runner in the top of the inning. He gets erased right away on a double play hit by Lindor. Next couple pitches, a pop out to 3rd, and here we are now, bottom of the 3rd inning. Cubs coming up, 6-3 lead. 2 home runs is the damage. Senga's still in there. And the first pitch is fouled back by Ian Happ. Happ 0 for 1. Hitting .209, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs on this young season. Struck out back in the 1st inning. Senga kicks and deals, and he swings it through a breaking ball, 0-2. That was the best looking pitch Senga's thrown all day. So that's some good movement. Mets got game today and then 2 more in the next 2 days, all day games. That pitch missed away. It looks like Alvarez is going to challenge it. Let's see. Looked like it was outside, but let's see what the challenge says. Here comes the challenge. It's taking a little while, a little longer than it usually does. There it is. Nope, missed, I think. Yep, just missed. Whew. 0.3 of an inch outside. Mets lose the challenge. Alvarez is wrong on that one. Usually the catchers have been right to start this challenge system. The way it's been going, the catchers seem to know better than everybody else. That time, Alvarez missed it. He was wrong. And it's 1-2. I don't think I would have challenged that there with an 0-2 count. Here's the 1-2. That one misses away. Count level 2-2 to Ian Happ. Mets losers of 8 in a row. Trying desperately to get themselves a win. The 2-2. inside low, and Senga goes from 0-2 to 3-2 on the leadoff hitter, Ian Happ, here in the third inning. Only 3 teams in the modern era have ever had an 8-game losing streak in April and made the World Series. Check swing on 3-2. Did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 4. Ian Happ is aboard with a leadoff walk. So for the third straight inning, Cubs get the leadoff man on, and they're set up now to go in for more as Suzuki, Ballesteros, and Kelly are due up the next 3 up. Ballesteros has a 3-run home run already in the first inning. Suzuki stands in, runner on first is Happ. Nobody out in the third inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Like we said, the Mets really shuffling around the order today. They're keeping basically most of the people, same players, they're just shuffling around the order. Viento's not in today. Beatty getting the start at first base. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2, quickly to Suzuki. Now remember, he was ahead 0-2 on Happ. And he went 3-2 and then walked him. Suzuki waits, it'll be an 0-2. Check swing again, misses low. So here's the 1-2. Swing, it's hitting the air down the left field line, right field line, sorry. Right there is Taylor, and he makes the catch, 1 out. Sorry, that was Benj. I'm all over the place. I had to get up for a second. Sorry, guys. Either way, 1 out. Runner still on first, and here's Ballesteros, who's stepping to the plate. 3-run home run in the first inning, hit it a long way. And that gave the Cubs a 4-0 lead. It's now 6-3. Runner on first, 1 out. Mets trying to get Senga through a couple innings here. They don't want to go to the bullpen again in the 4th inning. The bullpen is going. They got Brazoban has started to throw in the bullpen for the Mets. They listen, this is an important game. Whichever way you slice it. You can't keep losing games here. You got to get a win under your belt. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Senga's been ahead 0-2 on all 3 hitters in this series, in this inning. He's ahead on Ballesteros, 0-2 now. Here comes, it's 0-2. Runner on first, 1 out, 6-3 Cubs. Runner takes his lead off first. Senga at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit falling into right field. Another hit for the Cubs. Station to station, stopping at second is Happ. First and second, 1 out for the Cubs. They are set up for another big inning. He went down and in and got the fastball and hit it right on a line to right field. Fell in front of Benj. And the Cubs now with first and second, 1 out. Pitching coach out to talk to Senga. Can't really seem to get anything out here tonight. I mean, how long are you going to wait before you bring in Brazoban? 3-run home run here, and this thing might be over. It might be 9-3. You're in trouble. And the long ball has definitely been trouble for Senga so far in this game and so far in this season in his 4 starts. Carson Kelly 0 for 1. He flew out. Kelly hitting .326 with a home run and 7 RBIs. Mendoza's going to at least give Senga a chance to get Kelly out here. See if he could maybe bounce into a double play. That would be perfect for the Mets. First and second, 1 out. Kelly stands in. Senga to the belt. Timeout called at the plate, and it's a pitch clock violation. It's ball 1, Senga with a pitch clock violation. I believe the umpire was pointing. Yep, ball 1. Not exactly. I mean, come on. Pitch clock violation after a trip to the mound. Senga's just not on top of it today. Here's the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner to Kelly. A ball and a strike. Senga's struggles continue here at Wrigley Field. 60th pitch he's about to throw. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. Picked up by... Throw the second. Around the horn. Double play. Big play. Bichette made the play to second for one. On to first. A double play. And the inning is over. Senga gets out of a jam in the third. 6-3 Cubs. We head to the fourth inning on Locked Up Sports.
Mets Baseball Locked Up Sports.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers,
Students.
designers, mechanics, scientists,
And millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon.
There ain't no doubt in my mind. This is my time.
Find your place in space. Space for all.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
All right, first pitch here in the fourth inning, grounded to third, throw on the run. Nice play by Bregman, and he gets the first out on the first play of the first pitch of the fourth inning. One out for the Mets. Bregman charged that ball, made a nice play, threw it to first on the run to get the runner, and there's one out here in the fourth inning. Mets trail 6-3. Cabrera struggling too, as well as now it'll be Melendez, who has been the only one hitting for the Mets. He's 1 for 1. Got things going for the Mets in the second inning as they put up 3 runs. He's 3 for 5 so far on this season. The lefty stands in. Here's the 1-0. Inside ball 2 balls and no strikes to Melendez. MJ Melendez, the DH hitting for the Mets today. He has an open stance from the left side, the 2-0 in the dirt, way inside, 3-0. So the first out was Alvarez. 3-0. Mets looking for base runner here. Here's the 3-0. Fastball upstairs, ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Melendez. He's aboard with 1 out. Mets have a 1-out base runner now as they try to get back into this thing. 6-3 Cubs. Cubs scoring 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second, all on home runs. Mets with 6 hits of their own. You know, they did another way with doubles and base hits, but hey, either way, they got 3 runs, which is more than they've been scoring, sadly. 0-1 the count. Marcus Semien 1 for 1. He had one of those doubles in the second inning, RBI, and then scored a run. 6-3 Cubs. It'll be an 0-1 from Cabrera. Inside, a ball and a strike. Melendez with decent speed over at first. Nothing crazy, but he can swipe a base if need be. Mets looked like they were rolling here in the second inning when they got the 3 runs, but nothing since, really. Here's the pitch. Inside low, 2 balls and a strike. That one was close, but it missed. 92-mile-an-hour slider. Missed inside low. Cubs wearing their powder blue jerseys, the white pants, and their blue hats. Not traditional Cubs home uniforms. Mets in their traditional grays. Here's the pitch outside. 3-1, so Cabrera having trouble finding the strike zone now. As he walked Melendez on 4 pitches, now he's behind 3-1 on Semien. Beatty on deck, Taylor to follow him. 1 out here in the 4th. The 3-1. Bounce foul at the plate off of the umpire's mask. It hit the ground up and off the umpire's mask. Semien will take a long walk around. The umpire will get new balls to give himself a second to gather himself. Cabrera, 58 pitches. Senga had thrown over 60. They did have Brazaban warming in the pen. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There goes the runner. Throw to second. In time. A strike him out, throw him out. Double play. And the Mets run themselves out of another inning. 6-3 Cubs. Nothing across for the Mets. Middle of the 4th here at Wrigley. We'll keep it right here. And just oh man. Strike him out, throw him out on a 3-2 pitch. And that's the way things have been going for the Mets. Man, middle of the 4th, Mets are trailing 6-3. Not exactly the way they wanted things to go here. This is starting to get ugly now with the Mets. You know, you lose today, it's 9 in a row. You still got 2 more games. You got tomorrow and you got Sunday here at Wrigley, both day games. And then they finally get to go back home. But if you think you're going to go home with a 10 or with an 11-game losing streak, God forbid, or even losing 10 out of 11, and it's going to be like, you know, a warm welcome, thank God we're back home, yeah, they're sorely mistaken. You're very close to people start calling for heads here in the Mets organization, whether it be the GM, Stearns, whether it be the manager. Obviously, the manager would be first with Mendoza. I've already seen a couple things today about people wanting maybe Beltran to come in and manage this team. And listen, I think it's a little too early for that. I didn't like Steve Cohen coming out yesterday and tweeting, oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Because for Mets fans, you know what? I've seen some good things is what he said. They haven't seen any good things. For them, it's lost 8 in a row. It's pitchers not doing their job. It's hitters can't hit. Looking at big strikeouts, can't get hits with runners in scoring position. It's been a disaster. To them, it feels like, to Mets fans, it feels like they're not going to win another game ever this season. Now, obviously, that's not true, but, that's how it feels sometimes. Day after day after day. And I know this road trip hit at a rough time. But you got to find a way to get some wins, and we'll see if they can get something here. A little comeback. A comeback win. They were close on a couple occasions. Right? They had the game where they fell behind 6-0. The last Senga outing, they fell behind 6-0 or 7-0, and they came back. It was 7-6 before the 3-run homer in the 8th. This game, they fell behind 4-0. They got to figure it out. Senga's still on the mound here, bottom of the 4th. Cubs 6 runs, 5 hits. Mets 3 runs, 6 hits. Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate, 0 for 1, grounded out to first, his first at bat. 1-0 to Armstrong. Swings and he skies one in the air. Center field over is Roberts Jr., shading his eyes from the sun. Under it, makes the catch. And there's 1 out. He had a tough time with that one. It's a high sun today. Shaded his eyes right to the very last second before he squeezed it. And there's 1 out. Wrigley, if there's any place that's, you could come back from at any score, it's Wrigley Field in the afternoon. The wind changes direction. It should be blowing out the rest of the way. You never know. This is a wild place with afternoon games here at Wrigley Field, the old Wrigley Field. I believe it's the oldest park in the majors. It might be Fenway, right up there. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. Strike one to Dansby Swanson, who stands in now. Swanson 1 for 1 with a walk. He is the 9 hitter. Breaking ball misses, a ball and a strike. Senga really hasn't gone to this ghost fork very much. He did maybe twice throw the ghost fork. He threw it in the first inning to get a strikeout, and that was really the only time we saw it. The pitch, here, swing, ground ball to third. Bichette slides, makes the play to his feet, throws, not in time. Safe. Swanson beats it out. Good play by Bichette to get to his feet and make a good throw across the diamond, but not in time to get Swanson, who beat it by a step. Good play all around right there, but Swanson out of the box, really hustling. Bichette did everything he could, made a good throw over the first, but Happ just too fast. And a 1-out base runner for the Cubs. Mets defense, I don't think has been terrible this season. Listen, it hasn't exactly been, lights out, and that's going to be it for Senga. So Senga leaves the game. The runner at first, Happ, is his responsibility. His line is not complete yet, but it can only get worse. 6 runs on 6 hits he's given up. He didn't even make it through 4. 6-3 Cubs on Locked Up Sports, Mets baseball.
So the bullpen's been fine, I guess.
Still listening to those boring low-energy sports podcasts?
Big swing, gone. That ball's out.
Make the switch to funny, opinionated, high-energy sports talk.
I'm telling you.
On Locked Up Sports. Funny, opinionated, informative, sports talk. The best New York sports talk on the internet.
Miss any of the tournament action? Don't worry. Locked Up Sports has you covered. Daily recap shows Thursday through Sunday catch you up and update your brackets on all that day's action. Make sure you're ready for the next tip-off. Download Locked Up Sports anywhere you get your podcasts.
In today's digital world, it's hard to know who to trust. Your local TV and radio stations bring you the facts. Misinformation and deep fakes flood social media, but broadcasters deliver verified and accurate news. For news, emergency updates, sports, and entertainment, turn to your local stations. Text TV to 52886 and urge Congress to support the vital local journalism broadcasters provide.
New Yorkers take their sports seriously, so we hit the streets.
Locked Up Sports is the best.
They get the best guests. They don't fake it. They're real New York. Best New York sports talk on the internet.
See ya! Locked Up Sports!
It's Tom McDonough, and you're listening to Locked Up Sports.
All right, so Senga's done for the afternoon. 6-3 Cubs with the lead. Not a good afternoon. Again, another bad start for Senga. He gave up for 6 runs. And now the new pitcher will be Brazoban, his 8th start. No runs allowed. He's pitched well through 8 in the 3rd innings, giving up 6 hits and 6 strikeouts. The first pitch Brazoban delivers is a strike, 0-1. Nico Horner at the plate. He hit a home run, a 3-run home run. Back in the 1st inning, part of a 4-run 1st inning for the Cubs. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A pitch in the dirt, 0-2. Sorry, the 2nd inning, Horner hit the home run. He hit the 2nd home run. That made it 6. It made it 6-0. 0-2. Brazoban in the game for Senga. Horner waits. Here's the 0-2. Outside, way outside. Nice play by Alvarez to keep it in front of him, 1-2. Brazoban has pitched well for the Mets so far this year. The bullpen hasn't been terrible, except for, a couple spots here and there. But Brazoban's been good for the Mets. Throw over the first, back diving is the runner back easily. But again, Senga couldn't make it through the fourth inning. Just been terrible all season, all of the starts. The wind is blowing out, though. It is Wrigley Field, so you never know. The 1-2 swinging a chopper, high chopper to third. Bichette has to wait for it. He does. No play. Everybody's safe. First and second, a Baltimore chop off the plate. Bichette had to wait for it. Everybody's safe. No play anywhere as he didn't even throw it. He just ate it. That's an old school Baltimore chop right off the plate and skied into the air. And now Michael Bush comes up with runners on first and second, and the Cubs set up again. First and second, one out. Brazoban could use a strikeout or a double play here in the worst way. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball off of Beatty at first, throw to second. Not in time. Everybody's safe. Bases loaded. Beatty tried to backhand it. Went off his glove. Ricocheted to Simeon, who threw to second, but it was too late, and the bases are loaded. So Brazoban gets some bad luck on his first two hitters, a Baltimore chopped and a backhanded attempt by Beatty on a hit ball the first, and it off his glove, and everybody's safe, bases loaded. The throw was high and wide, good play by Lindor, but I don't think it would have got him anyway, even if it was a good throw. Oh man, Mets are getting some bad luck here in the fourth inning. Bases loaded, one out. Brazoban 5 pitches in here, and he goes from runner on first with one out to bases loaded on 2 bad luck plays. A Baltimore chop, and let's see if they score that an error on Beatty or not. We don't have the score yet. Good play by Lindor, I'll tell you, to keep it in from going into left field. They're going to give it a hit, I believe. Mets resident longman Sean Manaea is getting loose in the bullpen. Huge spot in this game right here. Cubs could break it open. Bregman at the plate, 1 for 2, bases loaded. 1 out. Brazoban deals, fastball, 97 miles an hour, up and away, 1-0. So 2 straight. You know what? I don't think Brazoban was covering first. I don't think they would have got him either way. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. 96 up and in, and Bregman offered and he missed it. A ball and 2 strikes. Bregman 357 with 7 grand slams in his career with the bases loaded. It's a 1-1 from Brazoban. Swinging a line drive, and it's caught by Lindor. Everybody back. Nice backhand play by Lindor, 2 outs. Runners retreated back to their base immediately, but Lindor keeps it in the infield with a good backhand play, and there's 2 outs. So that's a big out right there, and now it'll be Ian Happ, 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. Now he's up with the bases loaded here in the fourth. Swinging a ground ball field. Oh, Beatty booted it. A run scores. Everybody's safe. Beatty booted it at first, an easy ground ball, and it's 7-3 Cubs. That one, no excuse on that one. Beatty got in front of it. He just booted it, couldn't field it. It went off to the right side. A run scores. Everybody's safe. Oh, man, Beatty, you got to make that play. That's an easy ground ball. Brazoban was on his way to first to cover. And now that's 2. That's 2 plays that Beatty really should have had. And it's glaring now. The first base hole that they have defensively is glaring in this inning especially. 7-3 Cubs. A run in. Bases still loaded. Suzuki at the plate. Brazoban kicks and deals. Strike one down the middle. Nothing in one. Not much going right for the Mets here today. Oh and 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. A ball and a strike. Seven runs in for the Cubs. We're only in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mets got all three in the second. Here's the 1-1. Misses low. Brazoban behind 2-1 on Suzuki. With that run that scores, that does finish the line for Senga. We'll give it to you in a second. 2-1 pitch. Outside low. 3-1. And Brazoban now in danger of walking in another run. Suzuki 3 1/3. I'm sorry, Senga 3 1/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Doesn't get much worse than that. Now the Mets got to bear down. The 3-1. Swing and a chopper foul outside of third. That'll fill the count 3-2. And with 2 out, the merry-go-round will be in motion. All 3 runners will be running with the pitch. So if you're talking, extra base hit or something like that, you're talking about 3 more runs coming in at a 10 spot for the Cubs. The 3-2 from Brazoban. Outside corner, strike 3, big strikeout. Suzuki doesn't like it. It's a strike on the outside corner, inning over. But the Cubs get a run. 7-3 Cubs as we head to the 5th. This is Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets Baseball Locked Up Sports.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
So the bullpen's been fine, I guess.
Still listening to those boring low-energy sports podcasts?
Big swing gone. That ball's out.
Make the switch to funny, opinionated, high-energy sports talk.
I'm telling you.
On Locked Up Sports. Funny, opinionated, informative, sports talk. The best New York sports talk on the internet.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation is 100% committed to supporting groundbreaking cancer research. 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments. 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer. Learn more at v.org.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Top of the 5th inning, 7-3 Cubs at Wrigley Field. Mets trying to break a 8-game losing streak. Not looking good so far, as they have not played well here. Beatty booting a ball last inning, letting the Cubs score a run. He leads off the inning here for the Mets, trying to make up for it, 0-1, as he takes a strike on the inside corner. Mets 3 runs, 6 hits, an error. Cubs 7 runs, 8 hits. As Beatty hits one on the ground, the second, fielded easily by Horner. He soft tosses to first, and Beatty's retired. Beatty now in a 0-for-22 slump. Really struggling at the plate, struggling in the field, as you saw last inning with 2 plays that really could have been 2 errors. First one, they ruled a hit. The second one was an error, let the run score, as he has just added him to the list of Mets that are continuing to struggle here. Strike on the outside corner to Tyrone Taylor. Taylor 1 for 1. Taylor hitting in the 9 spot, hit a 2-run single back in that second inning. Takes a curveball over for a strike from Cabrera, 0-2. Cubs come into today's game 500. Mets 5 games under 500. And 5 games back of the division-leading Braves. Like we said, these things got to turn around here at some point. Taylor takes outside low, a ball and 2 strikes. Cabrera has settled down here since the second inning where he gave up a quick flurry of 3 runs. He's really settled down since. Swing and a miss. He gets Taylor at a strikeout. 2 out quickly here in the 5th inning. I mean, how long is this streak going to go where the Mets just aren't hitting? Now the fielding is starting to creep in and not play well. As Carson Bench stands in, he's 0 for 2. He checks swings, but he goes around. Nothing in 1. Bench hitting 145. 3 RBIs. Feels like all the Mets are in the 100s on the interstate. Fastball rides high, a ball and a strike to Bench. Mets have got to be sick of hearing about the losing streak, right? You think at this point, strike on a high, letter high strike, a ball and 2 strikes to Bench. Bench has 7 hits for this during the year. 7 hits. People have not said as much about it because the rest of the team is hitting just as poorly as Bench is. Misses low, 2-2. There was a time about a week and a half ago that it was Bench got to go down. Now you don't hear about it because the rest of the team is hitting 150 something too. Swing and right back up the middle and through for a base hit into center field. Oh, they almost took the pitcher's head off. Cabrera was lying on the ground. Just got out of the way of that one. He slow to get up, but he gets up now. It's a base hit for Carson Bench. It's a 2-out single, and the Mets got a base runner. Cabrera almost fell down when he pitched, then it just missed him. He just was able to spin himself out of the way. And the ball went into center field. The trainer is out there now talking to Cabrera. Let's see if he's all right. It looked like it was a little strange, the fact that he went to the ground, although in the long run, it probably helped him. He almost caught that one right in the head. So he's going to throw a couple pitches here to see how he feels with the trainer right there. Mets get a base runner though. Anything helps, right? Anything is better than nothing at this point. The Bebo Bichette when we start playing again. Mets could, in the worst way, use one of these guys. One of these Bichette, Lindor type of guys to come up and just crack a 2-run homer or a 3-run homer. That would really help things out here, I think. Here's Bichette's chance now. 2 out in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Inside, he almost hit him. It didn't. 1-0. 96. In on the hands of Bichette there. Bichette 1 for 2 with a single. Singled back in the 3rd. He was erased on a double play quickly by Lindor. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, a base hit going in the right field. No, it's stopped by the second baseman. Oh, what a play. Horner to his feet, throws. He got him. Oh, Horner robs Bichette of a base hit, and the inning is over. I thought it got through. Horner made the play, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, no one left. 7-3 Cubs, middle of the 5th at Wrigley Field.
Sports.
New York sports fans are some of the best fans in the world. They're knowledgeable, engaged, and passionate, and they expect nothing less from the shows they listen to. Everyone agrees when it comes to talking sports, there's the new authority. Whether it's former New York athletes,
hey, this is Doc Good.
This is Colton Orr. Familiar sports talk voices.
Everybody, this is Don LaGreca. Hi, everybody. It's Bob Huschler from The Fan.
Or you, the fans. Locked Up Sports is bringing you the best New York sports talk on the internet.
This is Locked Up Sports. Mets, Yankees, Knicks, Giants, Jets. The takes are bold, the city never sleeps, and neither do we. Locked Up Sports, New York sports talk the way it's meant to sound.
If you want your business featured right here during live Mets broadcasts, visit LockedUpSports.net and reach out to Locked Up Sports today. Real exposure, real fans, real results.
It's Tom McDonough, and you're listening to Locked Up Sports.
So halfway home here, Cubs 7, Mets 3, Wrigley Field. Thank you to everybody who's listening to the stream, watching the stream. Don't forget, share it, tell your friends, and subscribe. You can find us right here on YouTube or Twitter if you're watching, or X or whatever you call it. And you can also find us at our website, lockedupsports.net, lockedupsports.net, and our podcast, anywhere you get your podcasts. Of course, don't forget, don't miss any of the action from Locked Up Sports. Great play to end the top of the fifth. Horner laid out. I thought it got by him. He got it, got to his feet, and got Bichette retiring the side. Sean Manaea now comes in. Brazaban's afternoon is done. 4 games for Manaea. This is his 5th appearance. He's pitched 12 innings. He's been good in most of those appearances. 2.25 ERA. The lefty deals strike 1 right off the bat. So now the Mets are going to get Manaea here again to try and come in and eat up some innings. Ideally, they'd probably like to get him to the 8th inning, give him 3 innings, maybe even 4. And here's the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. Foul. Oh, that one had extra bases written all over it for Shaw, but it hits foul, and it's just a long strike, 0-2. Matt Shaw pinch hitting, 245 on the season, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, a 732 OPS. Like we said, Cubs come into the game 500. They've exploded so far for 7 runs, 0-2, fouled back. Manaea touches 90 that time on the gun. Of course, a lot of the news about Sean Manaea is his velocity. He can't get it up like he used to. He can't hit those mid-90s like he used to, but he's been effective so far this season, especially in long relief. Here's the 0-2, inside low. Shaw has to dive out of the way of that one. A ball and 2 strikes. It didn't hit him. That one got away. I mean, that was only 74 miles an hour. Way inside. He had to kind of go into a push-up stance just to avoid it. Mets here now in danger of losing their 9th straight game. 8 in a row. They lost 2 to the Diamondbacks, 3 to the A's, 3 to the Dodgers. Now in Wrigley for the first of 3. Swinging a miss. He got him. Strike 3. Manaea fanned Shaw for the first out of the 5th inning. Started out with Kodai Senga trying to make amends, get for his 2 bad starts that he's had. He came in 0-2. He's on the short end of this one so far, but the Mets have had it. Brazaban then came in, pitched an inning, got out of the inning, gave up a run on an error by Brett Beatty. As Carson Kelly stands in, it's 0-1. Kelly is 0-2 on the day. So Shaw pinched hit for Ballesteros, who came out of the game. Not sure why he did. Let's see if we could get anything on that. Fastball upstairs, 2-0 to Kelly. Ballesteros, of course, hit the 3-run homer back in the 1st inning, a 4-run 1st inning for the Cubs. High and away, 3-0. Manaea falls behind Kelly here. 1 out, nobody on, 3-0 count. Senga, 3 1/3, 6 runs on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Just another one you want to forget from Kodai Senga. Brazaman came in, got 2/3 of an inning, got out of the jam, did let it run in, but it was on an error. Struck out 1, and now it's Sean Manaea. Here's the 3-1. Swinging, it's hit in the air. Coming hard is Benj, coming hard, diving, and he makes the play. Oh, nice catch. Carson Benj out in right field, diving to make the play, full layout, and there's 2 outs. Carson Benj flashes the leathers. He had a long way to run there, and he laid out coming in and made a nice catch for the 2nd out. Benj is impressed. As bad as he's been at the plate, he's been just as good out in the field, making a couple sparkling plays, that being one of them. If he dives there and that gets by him, that could be an inside the park home run. So now PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong 0-2 on the day stands in. He takes a fastball in 1-0 from Manaea. Oh, that was a good one out there by Benj. Lost his glasses. The 1-0 Fastball strike at the knees. A ball and a strike. Minaya again, 90. Seems to be right around 90 on most of his pitches here. Mets would like to get him up to 94, back where he was. Pitch outside low on a breaking ball, 2-1. Like we said, he's been effective. We can't argue with effectiveness, right? Possibly he just doesn't throw 94 anymore. Here's the 2-1 strike at the knees, 2-2. Ecro Armstrong 0 for 2 on the afternoon. It'll be a 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Minaya gets the Cubs in order to end the fifth. Mets trail 7-3 as we head to the sixth. It'll be Lindor, Robert Jr., and Alvarez coming up for the Mets. 7-3 Cubs. Here, this is Locked Up Sports Mets Baseball.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers,
Students.
designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon. Find your place in space. Space for all.
Top of the sixth inning, Francisco Lindor leading off for the Mets, trailing 7-3. Just another not good start by Kodai Senga. Mets offense has been dead besides the one inning in the second inning where they put a couple hits together, got 3 runs across. It'll be a 1-1 to Lindor. He swings through a pitch in the dirt, a ball and 2 strikes. Lindor not having a great day. He did single, but he also hit into a double play and struck out. 1 for 2 on the day is Lindor. 75 pitches for Cabrera, who's really settled in and pitched a decent game here. The 1-2, swinging, it's hit in the air. Right field, over is Suzuki, shading the eyes. He's under it, makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Mets will have tomorrow and Sunday, 2 o'clock starts here at Wrigley. A day off, then back home for the Twins and the Rockies, 3-game series, both there. Night games, the first 4. 3 against, all night games against Minnesota, then the Rockies a night game, then a 4 o'clock start on Saturday, and then back to a night game on Sunday. Here's the pitch now. Robert Jr. 0 for 2 stands in, takes a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike, 0-1. 4 runs in the first was really what killed it. Here's a line drive. Oh, right, caught by Horner, ranging just to his right at second base, makes the play, 2 outs. Robert hit it hard, hit it right on the nose, but he hit it where Horner was playing, and there's 2 outs. Mets hitting into bad luck. Listen, just everything going wrong for the Mets. when you're losing 8 in a row and you can't catch a break, it just feels like you're never going to get one. That's going to need some late inning magic here, or this thing's going to be a 9-game losing streak. And it is going to start to, the pressure is really starting to build. Alvarez stands in, takes a ball inside 1-0. Alvarez 1 for 2, single, and scored back in the second inning. Grounded out to third in the fourth. 280, 4 home runs, which is, about as good as it gets on the Mets. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. The Mets can't wait for Juan Soto to come back. Since he has gone away, since he has been injured and not been in the lineup, the Mets have just been, they haven't won a game. They won one game. Can't hit, can't score runs. Fastball misses high. 3-0. Mets are even having trouble getting base runners. And when they do, they hit into double plays or they strike him out, throw him out. Here's the pitch. Fastball, Alvarez taken all the way. 3-1. 82 pitches for Cabrera. He looked like he wasn't long for this afternoon in the second inning, but he has really settled down. Ball 4 outside low to Alvarez, and the Mets have a 2-out base runner. MJ Melendez coming up, the DH, the guy who's been really, he's only had a couple of bats, but past couple games, he's been the Mets' best hitter. 1 for 1 today with a walk, single walk and a run scored. 3 for 5 so far as a Met. Cabrera's pitch, swing, and a line drive, and it's a base hit in the right field. So Melendez does it again. He's 2 for 2. On to third goes Alvarez, and the Mets have runners on the corners with 2 out. Good base running by Alvarez, running on contact. Melendez hits a rocket to right field, and the Mets are set up. Let's see, they're going to need a 2-out hit, though. And it's going to be Marcus Semien who's going to have to deliver it. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Alvarez trucking all the way. Good base running first to third. Mets got to cash in on these opportunities. Let's see if that's it for Cabrera as they're going to come out and talk to him. The whole infield gathered around the mound. Mets threatening here in the 6th. Runners on the corners. Cabrera retired the first 2. Mets got runners. The Mets got a walk and a hit. And now have runners on first and third. Down 7-3. Here in the 6th inning, you got to take advantage. You got to get a hit here. Mets have been awful with runners in scoring position. It's got to turn around sometime, right? Matthew Boyd, Cade Horton, Justin Steele, and Daniel Palencia, all on the injured list. All pitchers for the Cubs, relief pitchers. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. A ball on a 1-0 to Semien. Cabrera, 85 pitches on the day. Semien 1 for 2. He had a double, and he scored a run in the second. Alvarez on third. Melendez on first. The pitch. Check swing. Foul ball at the plate. A ball and a strike. What? It'll be a 1-1 to Semien. The pitch. Swinging, it's pop foul. Out of play, a ball and 2 strikes. Mets really need a hit here. Mendoza on that top step of the dugout. You could see the stress on his face from these last 2 weeks. 1-2 to Semien. Cabrera looks in. Here's the pitch. Low. He lays off a good take. And that levels the count at 2-2. That was close. Semien wanted to offer at it. He just didn't. Good take by Semien. 2-2. Cabrera to the belt. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A foul. Just fouled at the plate. We'll do it again at 2-2. Alvarez on third. Melendez at first. Mets trail 7-3. 2-2 to Marcus Semien. Steps out, calls time. Now we're ready. Steps back in. It's the 2-2. Cabrera, long hold at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. Swing, and he fouled it back. Good swing by Semien. He was right on it, just fouled it back. Big pitch here, 2-2. Again, a long hold at the belt. Pitch, swing, ground ball to third. Handled by Bregman. Goes to second, the short way. Inning over. And the Mets get nothing across. They leave a runner at third. 7-3 Cubs. We head to the middle of the sixth. Mets baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets baseball, Locked Up Sports.
Miss any of the tournament action? Don't worry. Locked Up Sports has you covered. Daily recap shows Thursday through Sunday catch you up and update your brackets on all that day's action. Make sure you're ready for the next tip-off. Download Locked Up Sports anywhere you get your podcasts.
In today's digital world, it's hard to know who to trust. Your local TV and radio stations bring you the facts. Misinformation and deep fakes flood social media, but broadcasters deliver verified and accurate news. For news, emergency updates, sports, and entertainment, turn to your local stations. Text TV to 52886 and urge Congress to support the vital local journalism broadcasters provide.
New Yorkers take their sports seriously, so we hit the streets.
Locked Up Sports is the best.
They get the best guests. They don't fake it. They're real New York. Best New York sports talk on the internet.
See ya! Locked Up Sports!
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Wrigley Field. 7-3 Cubs. Mets squander another opportunity. Can't get a hit with a runner on third. And 2 out in the top of the sixth inning. Semien grounds out into a fielder's choice. And the Mets squander, like I said, squander an opportunity. Again, a runner in scoring position. Again, with 2 outs, and again, not being able to come through. And you can't win if you're not going to score any runs. And listen, the Mets had a decent second inning there, but since then, it's been nothing. Couple double plays, just really nothing across. Dansby Swanson 1 for 1 with a single, scored 2 runs, leads off, takes strike 1 from Sean Manaea in his second inning of work. And he swings through a breaking ball 73 miles an hour, nothing in 2. Just another day for the Mets in this losing streak that looks like it could be headed towards 9 games. The 0-2 swing and popped up in the infield, right side, short right field, calling for it is Semien, and he makes the play. 1 out. Mets get all their runs in the second inning, 3 runs. It was a spurt of 3 runs and about 3 hitters, double, base hits, and that was that. Made it 4-3 at the time. Cubs right back though in the next inning, a 2-run homer. They've added a run since. It's now 7-3, bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out. Sean Manaea in the game, another bad one for Senga. Fastball up and away. Manaea still only 91 on that one. That's the fastest pitch he's thrown here in the inning, plus he's pitched. So the velocity's still not there, but he is being effective. Pitch, swing, fouled off to the right side. A ball and 2 strikes to Horner. Horner 2 for 3, had himself a big day, a big home run. in the second inning. 2 RBIs. He has also scored a run. The 1-2 swing and fouled off the fence of the Cubs dugout. That one's 75 by Minaya. So he's going from 75 to 90 with his off-speed and fastball. It's a good difference. It's just not very fast. Pitch outside, 2-2. Like I said, listen, he's been effective. So if he tops out at 90 and he's getting batters out, it is what it is. I don't see the worry about it. The 2-2 swing and a foul ball right off the screen of the Mets dugout as he's peppering both dugouts here is Hoerner. Hoerner's been the hottest hitter for the Cubs as of late. Wind continues to blow out, so there's still... Listen, anything can happen at Wrigley Field when the wind's blowing out on an afternoon. The 2-2. Swing and a ground ball into the hole, a base hit to left field. A C&I single by Hoerner. He's got 3 hits on the day. He's 3 for 4. Lindor made an effort, couldn't get there, and it's a 1-out base runner for the Cubs. Couldn't have rolled it out there any better in a perfect spot in between Lindor and Bichette. And Hoerner, when things are going right, they're going right. He's got 3 hits on the day. And the Cubs have 1 out and a runner on and a 7-3 lead. And Bush coming to the plate. Bush 1 for 2. Check swing on a fastball upstairs. They go around. No, he did not, says the third base umpire. 1-0. Walk, a single, and a run scored. 159 is the average on the year for Bush, and he pops it up. Right side, short left field, coming in. Oh, and he got it. Nice play by Taylor coming in at the last second as Bichette was going out for it. Taylor came in, looked like he called him off at the last second, made a sliding catch. And there's 2 out. That disaster averted right there. It was hit into short right field. Bichette was going out. It looked like he was going to get it, and out of nowhere came Taylor and made a nice running, sliding catch for the second out. So now runner on first and 2 out. And Alex Bregman, 1 for 3 on the day, comes to the plate. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Bregman. Cubs 7, Mets 3. Manaya's second inning, he's thrown, this will be his 29th pitch. The 0-1, good curveball, falls into first strike. 75 miles an hour on that one, 0-2. Bregman 10 for 38, a big sample size against Manaya. He has hit 3 home runs and 4 RBIs. So he's had a lot of success against Manaya. Manaya to the belt, pitches, fastball, rides high. Forced Alvarez to go way up and get that. A ball and 2 strikes. I said before, I think the Mets would reasonably love to get Manaya through the 7th in this one. Pitch, chopper, foul, right side. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Manaya's, if nothing else, saved the Mets bullpen a couple times this season. Senga being the beneficiary of a couple of those games. Today he only pitched 4 1/3. The pitch, swing and popped up in the infield right side. Beatty calling for it. There is Simeon. He squeezes it, and that ends the inning. 6 in the books at Wrigley. 7-3 Cubs. This is Mets baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets baseball, Locked Up Sports.
This is Locked Up Sports. Mets, Yankees, Knicks, Giants, Jets. The takes are bold, the city never sleeps, and neither do we. Locked Up Sports, New York sports talk the way it's meant to sound.
If you want your business featured right here during live Mets broadcasts, visit LockedUpSports.net and reach out to Locked Up Sports today. Real exposure, real fans, real results.
New York sports fans are some of the best fans in the world. They're knowledgeable, engaged, and passionate, and they expect nothing less from the shows they listen to. Everyone agrees when it comes to talking sports, there's the new authority. Whether it's former New York athletes.
Hey, this is Doc Good.
This is Cole Norn. Familiar sports talk voices?
Everybody, this is Don LaGreca. Hi, everybody. It's Bob Huesler from The Fan.
Or you, the fans. Locked Up Sports is bringing you the best New York sports talk on the internet.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation is 100% committed to supporting groundbreaking cancer research. 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments. 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer. Learn more at v.org.
It's Tom McDonough, and you're listening to Locked Up Sports.
Top of the 7th inning, Wrigley Field. Cubs 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Mets 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error. 7-3 is the score. Top of the 7th inning here. Mets need a couple runs. They squandered an opportunity in the top of the 6th. They had runners in the corners, 2 outs, and again, could not get the hit. Simeon could not get a hit with 2 outs and runners on the corners. The Mets haven't been doing much. Here's the first pitch, and it's bounced up the middle for a base hit into center field, and the Mets have a leadoff base runner here in the 7th. And it is Mark Vientos, the pinch hitter, coming up. Mark Vientos took the first pitch and hit it right back up the middle. So that's a good sign, as Vientos seems to be getting a little bit off the schneid here as he comes in cold, pinch hits, and gets himself a base hit. Now Tyrone Taylor pinch hit for Beatty that time. Beatty had himself a rough afternoon. 0 for 3 at the plate and an error that let a run score, the 7th run for the Cubs. Riley Martin, the new pitcher for the Cubs, fifth appearance, 4 1/3 so far in this young season. Here's a bunt down the third base line. Good play, barehanded by Bregman. Throw, and he got him. Oh, nice play. Alex Bregman with a bare hand charging on the bunt and throws out Taylor. To second goes Vientos. You can mark it as a sacrifice, 5-3, but a beautiful play by Bregman, charging in, throwing after the bare hand pickup, and gets Taylor by a stride. 1 out, on to second goes Vientos. That had base hit written all over it. Now Carson Bench, who singled his last at bat, 1 for 3, stands in and takes outside low, 1-0. That was about as pretty a play as you can get from Bregman, charging in on the ball on the bunt, bare hand, and a perfect throw. Misses low and away, 2-0 to Benj. That's trying to see if they can get Benj going here. 1 for 3, average 161. Fortunately, it's not terrible in the Mets lineup. Swing, big swing and a miss, 2-1. Mets could really use a couple hits here, string something together, get an inning going. They trail by 4 runs as we play in the 7th inning. They got 8 outs to play with. The 2-1 fouled off to the left side, levels the count, 2-2 to Carson Bench. Bench has looked better recently. He hasn't looked as overmatched as he did early on, but still the results have not been there. Got a good hit, base hit, line drive to right field last at bat. Got Vientos on scoring position now with less than 2 outs to see if the Mets can get him around. Fouled back. We'll do it again at 2-2. Ben's leadoff hitter today, so after him it'll be Bichette and then Lindor, if it gets that far. Martin to the belt, the lefty to the lefty hitter Benj. Here's the pitch, outside, just misses. It looks like it's going to be a strike. They're going to challenge it. Let's see this one. I think this is strike 3 to Benj. Here comes the challenge. Yes, it is. Strike 3. Benj out on the challenge. Successful challenge by the Cubs. Big strikeout by Martin, and there's 2 away. Man, I don't know how Benj missed that. I don't know how the umpire missed that. That was strike by a good margin. So here's Bichette now. Again, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. See if the Mets can get him in. They're 0 for 3 so far with runners in scoring position on the day, and he fouls the first pitch off to the right side. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1 to Bo Bichette. Bichette 1 for 3. Singled, was erased on a double play by Lindor right after he singled. And then he ended the 4th inning. Here he is in the 7th with a runner on second. Vientos pitch, again fouled back late on the swing there. 96 on the fastball, 0-2. Mets trying desperately to get out of this losing streak. 8 games it stands at. It's heading towards 9. They're 7 outs away from a 9-game losing streak here in April. Here's the 0-2. Swing, and it's hitting the air to right field. Coming on and making the catch is Suzuki. Inning over. Benj gave it a ride, but he hit it right at Suzuki. Mets scoreless in the 7th. Time to stretch at Wrigley. 7-3 Cubs. This is Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets Baseball Locked Up Sports.
This is Locked Up Sports. Mets, Yankees, Knicks, Giants, Jets. The takes are bold, the city never sleeps, and neither do we. Locked Up Sports, New York sports talk the way it's meant to sound.
If you want your business featured right here during live Mets broadcasts, visit LockedUpSports.net and reach out to Locked Up Sports today. Real exposure, real fans, real results.
Miss any of the tournament action? Don't worry. Locked Up Sports has you covered. Daily recap shows Thursday through Sunday catch you up and update your brackets on all that day's action. Make sure you're ready for the next tip-off. Download Locked Up Sports anywhere you get your podcasts.
In today's digital world, it's hard to know who to trust. Your local TV and radio stations bring you the facts. Misinformation and deep fakes flood social media, but broadcasters deliver verified and accurate news. For news, emergency updates, sports, and entertainment, turn to your local stations. Text TV to 52886 and urge Congress to support the vital local journalism broadcasters provide.
New Yorkers take their sports seriously, so we hit the streets.
Locked Up Sports is the best.
They get the best guests. They don't fake it. They're real New York. Best New York sports talk on the internet.
See ya! Locked Up Sports!
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Home 7th inning at Wrigley. 7-3 Cubs with the lead. Both teams 9 hits. Mets have an error that led in the 7th run for the Cubs. They've led the whole way. 4 runs in the first. And it was away they went. Mets got 3 back in the second, but couldn't get any closer. They've squandered a couple opportunities with runners in scoring position. Sean Manaea starts his 3rd inning of work, and he deals to Ian Happ, who fouls the first pitch off. 0-1. Happ walked and reached on an error. He hit that ball to Beatty that he booted. The pitch is he reaches out and he hits it in the air. Short right center. Coming on is Taylor, and he's there. He makes the catch. 1 out. 34 pitches so far from Manaea. He's pitched well again. He is yet to come out here and really not pitch well for the Mets, and he's eaten up important innings. But they cannot get a win. Mets cannot get runs. They can't capitalize their chances. They had runner on scoring position and 1 out last inning. Couldn't get him around. Pitch fouled back by Suzuki. Suzuki 1 for 3. An RBI, single, and a run scored. 269 on the year. 2 RBIs now for Suzuki. Here's the 0-1 from Manaea. Strike right down the middle. 0-2. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, right here, Wrigley Field, and Sunday, same time. Fastball misses high, a ball and 2 strikes. And then it's a day off and back home. You thought maybe the day off yesterday would clear the Mets a little bit, but there's nothing you could do when your pitcher comes out and gives up 4 runs right in the first inning. Put you right behind the 8 ball. Here's the 1-2. Just misses high. 2-2. Manaea's come in and he's pitched well. Can't blame him. The 2-2. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. Fair ball heading into the corner. An extra base hit. Ben's chasing to get it. Suzuki grounds first, heading for second. Let's see if he tries for third. He's going. Here comes the throw. And he is... Oh, he's going to stay at second. He put the brakes on and he goes back. And it's a 1-out double for Suzuki. His second hit of the day into the corner. That was a long way to go for Benj. That had triple written all over it, but Suzuki decided to put the brakes on about halfway to third. And he will stay at second with 1 out. And the Cubs are in business here with a runner in scoring position. He definitely was going 3 and then said, oh, nope. Picked up his third base coach who had the stop sign on. So with 1 out, here's Shaw. Shaw entered the game and he hits one in the air deep to right center field. Going back is Benj at the track at the wall, and it's off the wall. A run will score. Suzuki around third. He scores easily. Pulling in at second is Shaw, and the Mets give up another run. Sean Manaea with back-to-back doubles, and it's 8-3. Cubs have the lead. That one hit a long way the other way to right field off of the wall. The ivy had died. Suzuki scored easily. Shaw into second, back-to-back doubles, and it's 8-3 Cubs. It hit about halfway up the wall. Listen to me. Suzuki read it perfectly. And he scored easily. There was a throw to the plate, but it was late. So 1 out, 8-3 Cubs with a 5-run lead now. Kelly 0 for 3 stands in against Manaea, who's now being touched up here in this 7th inning, his 3rd inning of work. Second time around the order. Curveball misses, bends around the plate, a ball and a strike. Benj really had no chance at that one. He made a good play off the wall, got it back in. There's really nothing he could do as the ball hit about halfway up the wall. Outside check swing did not go around. 2 balls and a strike. 89. Manaea's had a couple now at 89. It seems to be dipping a bit. He was at 90, 91 consistently through the first 2 innings. Then he comes in here. It's been 89 consistently on the gun. The 2-1. Curveball hit back up the middle and through. No, nice play by Simeon. Throw. And it's offline. He didn't tag him. Vientos swiped the tag, didn't get it. Simeon made a nice play to stop it from going up the middle. The runner stops at third. And first and third, everybody's safe. Simeon made a nice play to make the backhand stop. Throw was offline. Vientos swiped the tag. He did not get him. Oh, he didn't touch first base, but he went back and he got it. As Vientos swiped the tag, the runner did not touch first base. I mean, it is what it is. Vientos kind of shaking his head as he's told now that he didn't touch the base, but there's no way he could tell that. 3 straight hits, 2 doubles and a single against Manaea, as the pitching coach is wearing a path out to the mound today. He smelt the hit all the way. He knew he didn't touch first base. He went running back and got it. So runners on the corners now. 8-3 Cubs lead. A run already in. Only 1 out still. Manaea up to 45 pitches. So the next pitch he throws will be his 45th. And Pete Crow Armstrong stands in 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to break this thing open. He squares the bunt and he takes outside ball 1-0. Looked like a safety squeeze maybe they were trying right there. PCA 0 for 3, ground out, fly out, and strikeout. Average dips to 227. Runner on third, runner on first. 1 out. Mets playing in at third. Double play depth in the middle. Swing and foul back off of the umpire's mask. Alvarez checks with him. He's okay. Tell you, every game we do, these umpires and these catchers take a beating. There's at least 1 or 2 of them every game. Fouled it right off his mask. 1 run in already here in the bottom of the 7th. 8-3. Here's the pitch, squaring the bunt again. Lays it off, foul down the third base line. Now it's 1-2. You could scrap the bunt, I would think. Bichette was playing in on the grass. Simeon and Lindor obviously in double play depth, looking to get themselves out of this inning. 1-2 to PCA. Minaya to the belt. The lefty kicks, deals. Outside low, 2-2. 75 miles an hour on that breaking ball from Minaya. He's up around 50 pitches now. Next pitch he throws will be his 49th. Two and two to Pete Crow Armstrong. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Cubs lead 8-3. Outside ball 3-2. So he goes from 1-2 now to 3-2. We said when Minaya come in, they'd love to get him in through the 7th inning. Timeout at the plate. After Armstrong, Dansby Swanson will be the next one up for the Cubs. Mets playing halfway in the outfield, double play depth up the middle. Even with the bag is Bichette. The pitch, high and away, ball 4, bases loaded. So Minaya really struggling here in the 7th. Nobody throwing in the Mets bullpen, so this is his inning. He's got to figure out how to get through it. Dansby Swanson with the bases loaded. 1 for 2 in the afternoon. Cubs looking to bust it open. Takes a strike. Breaking ball. Falls in 75 miles an hour. 0-1. A walk, a single, and 2 runs scored in the afternoon for Swanson. Here's the 0-1. Outside low. A ball and a strike. Minaya seems to be laboring out there now. He's got to know there's nobody in the bullpen warming up. You've got to figure this out, buddy. The 1-1. Oh, it goes to the backstop, a high pitch. Here comes the run. He scores easily. Moving the second and third of the other runners. A wild pitch. Alvarez never stood a chance. It looked like it was maybe a cross-up. It was a high fastball. Went right past Alvarez as he was late getting the glove up. Run scores 9-3. Cubs with the lead. That thing went right to the backstop. Now second and third. Mets trail by 6 as this thing is starting to get ugly. The pitch misses low, 3-1, and he's a pitch away from loading the bases again. Mets staring down the barrel of a 9-game losing streak. Infield halfway, outfield halfway. 3-1 to Swanson, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Fills the count. 2 doubles to start the inning. Scored 1 run on the second double. Now a wild pitch scores the other run. Minaya trying to limit the damage. Cubs with a 6-run lead in the 7th. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging, he reaches and pokes one foul. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob Webb, the right-handed, throwing in the Cubs bullpen. Mets bullpen still silent. The 3-2. Swinging, he fouls it back. You'd imagine this would be his last inning for Minaya. Although with nobody throwing, who knows? Three and 2, second and third. Minaya trying to limit the damage here. 2 runs already in. Swinging, he hits one in the air, golfs it to left field. There is Taylor waiting for it, makes the catch, runner tags. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. Run scores, gets past Alvarez, backed up by Minaya. Runner goes to third, and it's 10-3 Cubs. Sack fly for Dansby Swanson and an RBI. 3 runs in the inning. And the Cubs have opened up a 7-run lead. Good throw by Taylor, just a little bit up the third base line. The throw got away from Alvarez. Runner goes to third. and it's 10-3. And here comes Horner, the hottest hitter for the Cubs. 3 hits already today, 3 for 4 with a home run. And he swings and he grounds one to second. Simeon up with it. Easy play to first, side retired, but the damage is done. 3 runs a score for the Cubs. They expand the lead to 10-3 as we head to the 8th. Mets baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets baseball, Locked Up Sports.
Yeah, so the bullpen's been fine, I guess.
Still listening to those boring low-energy sports podcasts?
Big swing gone. That ball's out.
Make the switch to funny, opinionated, high-energy sports talk.
I'm telling you.
On Locked Up Sports. Funny, opinionated, informative, sports talk. The best New York sports talk on the internet.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation is 100% committed to supporting groundbreaking cancer research. 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments. 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer. Learn more at v.org.
New York sports fans are some of the best fans in the world. They're knowledgeable, engaged, and passionate, and they expect nothing less from the shows they listen to. Everyone agrees when it comes to talking sports, there's the new authority. Whether it's former New York athletes,
Hey, this is Doc Good.
This is Colton Orr.
familiar sports talk voices,
Everybody, this is Don LaGreca. Hi, everybody. It's Bob Huschler from The Fan.
or you, the fans. Locked Up Sports is bringing you the best New York sports talk on the internet.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
So we head to the top of the 8th inning. Here at Wrigley Field, 10-3. Cubs have opened it up now. They scored 3 runs in that bottom of the 7th. They've now opened it up to 10-3, a 7-run lead. Sean Manaea getting up a pair of doubles, a wild pitch, and a sac fly. And that accounted for the 3 runs. And this full house here at Wrigley happy with what they see in 10 runs and 12 hits for the Cubs. Both the pitching and the hitting have let the Mets down today as Lindor takes strike 1. Jacob Webb, the new pitcher for the Cubs, 9th appearance, 5.4 ERA in 6 2/3 innings. He's a little bit wild. He's walked 5 in 6 innings. Swing and a foul at the plate. Nothing in 2 to Lindor. Lindor 1 for 3. Hit a double back in the first inning. Grounded into a double play in the 3rd and flew out to right field in the 5th. Mets have had some chances, but nothing across since the 2nd inning. Swing and he taps one foul. Lindor hitting from the left side here. Mets have 2 more here at Wrigley, and they're not going to be able to escape the criticism after this. It's going to be a 9-game losing streak, barring a explosive comeback here, which they haven't had. Mets haven't scored 7 runs in a long time, let alone in 2 innings. 1 and 2 to Lindor. Webb kicks and deals. He fouls it off to the left side. Mets tomorrow, and then again on Sunday here at Wrigley, and then a day off on Monday and back home to what is not going to be a very welcoming home crowd if they go back home with an 11-game losing streak. Still got work to do, though. A couple innings to go here. Tomorrow, Peralta on the mound tomorrow against Talion. Peralta's pitched well, 3.56 ERA. We'll see. They need an ace performance tomorrow. Misses low to Lindor, 2-2. So Peralta tomorrow, who's 1-1. And then on Sunday, it'll be Peterson, who's really struggled. 6, almost a 7 ERA. Him and Senga, as Lindor fouls another one off. Good at bat here from Lindor. Him and Senga have really been the trouble spots in the rotation for the Mets. Cubs come into today 9-9. Mets 7-12. in last place in the East, 5 games behind the Braves. The pitch outside ball 4, and Lindor works to walk. Nope, 3-2. 3-2. Lindor was halfway to first base. He thought it was a walk. He fooled me. It's not a walk, so Lindor now with the walk of shame coming back and putting his equipment on, and it's 3-2. I'll tell you what, when it just looks terrible for the Mets. Lindor did something like that. Doesn't know the count. Another mental error. You could chalk that up there. He's had a good at bat here. Be a 3-2. Swing and a line drive and it off the first baseman and trickles in the right field. It'll be a hit for Lindor as he beats out the throw with the pitcher covering. As it went off of Bush, who tried to backhand it into short right field. Horner got it, threw it to the pitcher who was covering, but not in time. A leadoff hit for Francisco Lindor. Let's see if they call it a hit or an error. It might be an error. Ball probably should have been caught. I think it's an error, but let's see. It was hit 107 miles an hour off the bat. So now it'll be Luis Roberts Jr. 0 for 3. Lined out twice, popped up. His third at bat, 0 for 3. Lindor on the first. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner. Extra bases for Robert Jr. Lindor trucks around second, heading for third. And he is going to stay there on a double from Robert Jr. Mets have second and third. Nobody out here in the 8th. Now the bats have come alive a little bit here. They gave up those 3 runs, though, that they gave up in that last inning are going to loom large if if the Mets put stuff together here. Good piece of hitting. Roberts goes down and gets it, pulls it down the left field line. Lindor had to pause for a second, then goes. You don't want to take the chance getting thrown out of plate. Lindor's run really isn't all that important. Second and third, and Alvarez steps in. 10-3, Cubs with the lead. Mets need some offense. Here's Alvarez. Swings and he chops one down the third. It's a tough play. Got it is Bregman throws the first, not in time. Alvarez beat it out, a run scores. And it's 10-4, and everybody's safe. First and second, nobody out. Bregman charged, made the play. Alvarez just beat out the throw. Lindor scored easily as he was running on contact. And the Mets have a run, still nobody out. Bregman had made some good plays today with the bunts and whatnot. Made a good play there, just couldn't get Alvarez by about a half a step. Alvarez trucking it down the line as hard as he could, and he got himself an infield hit. He's going to be pinch run for now as it's 10-4. Like I said, those mistakes the Mets have made in the last inning with the wild pitch, the error from Beatty that's let a run score. That's going to loom large if they, now that they try to make a comeback attempt here against Webb. A run in. Alvarez with an infield single. MJ Melendez, who's been the best Met in this lineup for the last couple days, 2 for 2. He's 4 for 6 on the season. 4 for his last 6. He's up with 2 out, with 2 on and nobody out. Webb's pitch, strike down the middle. 0-1. Robert Jr. on second, Alvarez on first. A run in, nobody out. Here's the 0-1. Misses away, just misses off the outside corner. A ball and a strike. Cubs are going to challenge this one. Here it comes. It's a strike. Just clipped the outside. Ooh. Just made it. Call overturned. It's a strike. It's 0-2 now to Melendez. Melendez, tall, skinny left-hander, has really been swinging a hot bat since he started here as the Mets. He's 4 for 6. First and second. Nobody out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 95 miles an hour. Blew it past him. Melendez overmatched on that pitch. And there's 1 out. Big strikeout for Webb. Still runners on at first and second as he was late on a fastball there. 95 on the gun. And that'll bring up Simeon with 2 on and 1 out. Simeon was up earlier in the game with runners on and 2 out in scoring position. Couldn't get the job done. Takes ball 1 low from Webb. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. The double in the second inning. He had a chance in the 6th with a runner grounded into a fielder's choice. The 1-0 misses high. A ball 2-0. Looked like a promising inning here. Mets got a run in. Infield single, a double by Robert Jr., a walk to Lindor. Fastball strike on the inside corner. Good pitch. 2-1. Mets at first and second, nobody out. And then Melendez Jr. with the strikeout. Now it's first and second, 1 out, run in. The Mets need more than that. They can't trade runs for outs here. The 2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Marcus Simeon. Here's the pitch. Swing and he fouls it back. Mets have lost 8 in a row. They were really playing from behind the 8 ball here all day after Senga gave up the 4 runs in the first inning. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and he lifts one into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. A base hit holding at third is Robert Jr. Everybody advances. Bases loaded for the Mets. And they got something going here. 1 out. A little poke single into left field by Simeon off the end of the bat. Fell in front of Happ. And they'll take it. Bases loaded. It wasn't deep enough to score Robert Jr., who was running on it, read it well, but still was just too shallow. The throw came back in quickly, so good job holding him at third. Bases loaded. Alvarez at second. And it's Mark Vientos. Swings through strike 1. Vientos got to hit his first at bat up the middle. He's 5 for 16 with the bases loaded this season. With runners in scoring position. 4 RBIs. Mets could use a big hit here. They could really use a home run. But they'll take whatever they could get. 0-1 to Vientos. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He was looking for a home run there. Big swing to a fastball. And quickly 0-2 to Vientos. Roberts on third. Alvarez at second. Simeon leads off first. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. Could be 2. To second for 1. On to first. Double play. And the inning is over. 6-4-3. More bad luck for the Mets. They hit into a double play. Inning over. Mets get a run. It's 10-4 Cubs. Middle of the 8th here at Wrigley. This is Mets baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets baseball, Locked Up Sports.
In March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers,
students,
designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon. Find your place in space. Space for all.
It's Tom McDonough, and you're listening to Locked Up Sports.
So it looked like a good inning for the Mets. They had a run in, bases loaded, one out, and then a 6-4-3 double play ends that dream of anything happening in that inning. A run did score Lindor. They did get 2 doubles. They did get a walk, and they did get a run. But it's 10-4 Cubs, middle of the bottom of the 8th inning. Mets struggling very close, 3 outs away from a 9-game losing streak. Sean Manaea in still. Gonna try and get him to get through this thing. And a ground ball and a base hit into right field to lead off from Bush. His second hit of the day. He's aboard with a leadoff single. And the Cubs have the leadoff runner on here in the 8th inning. 2 more games left on this road trip. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Sunday, 2 o'clock. Then a day off. And then back home for the Minnesota Twins coming into Citi Field. Mets limping in back home. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away, 1-0. Tomorrow, Peralta, the ace on the mound. They're going to have to get something. Peterson goes behind him on Sunday. Here's the pitch. Inside low from Manaea, 2-0. Cubs have led the whole way. Scored in the first. Hobie Milner throwing in the Cubs bullpen, the lefty. Scored in the first, 4 runs off Manaea, then 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the 7th. That really kind of put it away as a slow chopper. Bichette charges, makes the play, throws out the runner, and there's 2 out. A critical error by Beatty, let a run in the 4th inning. And then again, they got the 3 in the 7th with wild pitch, loaded bases. Manaea not really pitching very well in that inning, but listen, he eats up innings. It is what it is. This game was out of hand almost when he came in. So here's Happ, and he swings and he hits one in the air, deep left field. Gone if it's fair, way back, and it's gone. Home run, Ian Happ. And the Cubs lead 11-3. Sorry, 12-3. 411 feet way back into left field. 3rd home run of the day for the Cubs. 12-4. A 2-run shot. Manaea knew it immediately. The only question was it going to be fair? And it was. The Cubs have teed off on Mets pitching today. Here's Suzuki, 2 for 4, takes ball 1, swings and hits it in the air, right field deep. Going back is Benj, and he's there in fair territory, makes the catch. And there's 2 out. Man. 2 runs in the 8th, 3 in the 7th. Mets pitching today has not helped them out. 3 home runs. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Shaw, who comes up with 2 out, nobody on. There's really no foul territory down the lines here as Benj went over to get it. You knew it was going to be fair. Ian Happ, though, with the damage here in the bottom of the 8th. It's 12-4. Mets are well on their way here to the 9th straight loss. A lot of questions need to be answered by this team, this manager. What are they going to do about Senga in the rotation? Peterson is almost a 7 ERA. The Mets are at the bottom of the league in nearly every category, both offensively and pitching. The defense has been good, but that's not going to win you games. Just an eye-opening loss here today with the way Senga started and the way the Cubs have teed off. The Cubs are not a very good offensive team. 500 team. Mets is starting to just look like a bad baseball team. And like I said, this continues a little bit longer. People are going to start calling for heads to roll, and the first one's going to be the manager. Minaya looked like he was pitching a good outing. Now, the last 2 innings say otherwise. 3-2 to Shaw. Swinging, he hits one in the air. Down the left field line, going over and making the catch is Taylor on the run. Nice play, inning over. 2 more runs added for the Cubs here in the 8th. We head to the 9th. 12-4 Cubs. Mets baseball on Locked Up Sports.
Mets baseball, Locked Up Sports.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Yeah, so the bullpen's been fine, I guess.
Still listening to those boring low-energy sports podcasts?
Big swing gone. That ball's out.
Make the switch to funny, opinionated, high-energy sports talk.
I'm telling you.
On Locked Up Sports. Funny, opinionated, informative, sports talk. The best New York sports talk on the internet.
New York sports fans are some of the best fans in the world. They're knowledgeable, engaged, and passionate, and they expect nothing less from the shows they listen to. Everyone agrees when it comes to talking sports, there's the new authority. Whether it's former New York athletes,
Hey, this is Doc Good.
This is Colton Orr.
familiar sports talk voices,
Everybody, this is Don LaGreca. Hi, everybody. It's Bob Huschler from The Fan.
or you, the fans. Locked Up Sports is bringing you the best New York sports talk on the internet.
If you want your business featured right here during live Mets broadcasts, visit LockedUpSports.net and reach out to Locked Up Sports today. Real exposure, real fans, real results.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.
12-4, Cubs with the lead, 9th inning, 3 outs left for the Mets as they flying their way right into a 9-game losing streak. 2 more runs in that last inning on the 2-run home run by Ian Happ over the left field wall. And it's just been all day Cubs, all day. 12 runs, 14 hits. Mets have 4 runs. The Mets have 13 hits, but only 4 runs. Hobie Milner in to close it out for the Cubs. In his 9th inning of work, sidearm and lefty throws outside to Tyrone Taylor, a ball and a strike. That's 13 hits, 4 runs. That's not easy to do. The 1-1. Swinging, he hits one in the air. It's going to be a base hit into right field. Tyrone Taylor with his 2nd hit of the day. He's aboard to lead off the 9th inning for the Mets. So the Mets put something together in the 8th inning. They got a run in and a double play hit into by Mark Vientos. Ended that threat. Mets now 14 hits, still only 4 runs. 2 errors on the day. Cubs got the same amount of hits, 12 runs. Strike at the knees to Tommy Pham, who's pinch hitting now. Here in the 9th inning, 0 for 6 Pham is since coming into the Mets, getting called up. Pitch hitting for Benj, and he hits one in the air, right field, right at Suzuki. He stands, makes the play, 1 out. Sean Manaea, the final line on Manaea. It's going to be 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So not exactly a great outing for him. Senga 3 1/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. 1 out here in the 9th. Bichette strike at the knees from Milner. Milner, he's not an underarm sidearm. He's not one of those submarine guys, but he does throw a sidearm. It's kind of like a midway sidearm. It's a weird delivery, but looks like the right-handed hitter's got a good look at it. Fouled off to the right side by Bichette. 0-2. Bichette 1 for 4 in the day. Reached and was erased on a double play by Lindor right after him. Another missed opportunity for the Mets. Thank you, everybody, for watching the stream. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off to the right side. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for sticking with us here through this 9-game losing streak and through this game, which has been lopsided. 12-4. Don't forget, share the stream, like the stream, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the great action from Locked Up Sports. 0-2 to Benj. Here's the pitch. Swing, and he reaches, and he fouls one off to the right side. Stays alive. We'll do it again at 0-2. He looks like he broke his bat on that one. He's going to get a new piece of lumber here. Hit right off the end of the bat. Broke the bat. Tyrone Taylor aboard at first. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Mets about to lose their 9th straight, as it is getting ugly early here in this season. The 0-2. Swinging another broken bat. Grounded a short to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. To first. Oh, double play. Got it. Game over. 6-4-3. Beautiful turn by Horner at second. And the ball game is over. The Cubs win it 12-4. In the first game of the 3-game series, the white W flag will be raised. Cubs win. Cubs win. 12 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 4 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors for the Mets. It's 9 in a row in the losing column for the Mets. They fall to 7-13, 6 games under 500. Just another bad performance by Senga. Minaya gave up 5 runs. He did eat up some innings, but not the performance you were looking for. Mets blow a couple chances. They get a ton of hits. Can't get anything going with runners in scoring position. Couple big double plays by the Cubs. Nico Horner 3 for 5 with 2 home runs. And that's it. Mets have their longest losing streak since 2004, and that was 11 games. If this one ties that one, they will have lost through this whole road trip. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Another disappointing Mets one. It's 12-4, 9 in a row. Tomorrow, time of the game today was 2 hours, 36 minutes. Nice, quick game. And tomorrow, 2 o'clock for the Mets. Peralta will be on the mound as he tries to stop the bleeding. Mets got to get this thing turned around, and they got to get it turned around fast. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for listening. That does it for us from Wrigley Field. Mets lose 12-4. Losing streak is at 9. From the Brian Gunzel broadcast booth, we'll talk to you later, everybody. I'm Bob Walters. See ya.
You're listening to Mets Baseball on Locked Up Sports.